What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel, your number one stop for everything Dallas Cowboys breaking news, game day analysis, trade rumors, and all things blue and silver. And trust me, today's video is one you absolutely do not want to miss, because we've got monumental news that's just been confirmed by none other than Adam Schefter himself. That's right, folks, Christian Watson is officially in Dallas. I'm not kidding, this is not a drill. This isn't speculation or rumor, this is real, confirmed news coming straight from the NFL's most trusted insider, and it's sending shockwaves across the league. The Dallas Cowboys have made a move that nobody saw coming, a bold and aggressive trade that could change the trajectory of their season, and honestly, maybe even the franchise's immediate future. Christian Watson, the explosive wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys in a deal that insiders are already calling one of the most surprising of the offseason. It's the kind of news that makes you double-check your phone, pause the TV, and yell across the house. We're talking about a guy who has speed, length, athleticism, and a ceiling that could make him one of the most dangerous receivers in the NFC if he stays healthy. And now, that talent is in Big D, wearing the star on his helmet. So how did this all come about? According to multiple sources and now confirmed by Adam Schefter, this deal was quietly in the works for a few weeks, completely under the radar. The Cowboys front office, led by Jerry Jones and Will McClay, have been evaluating ways to upgrade their offense, particularly at the wide receiver position. Despite CeeDee Lamb's elite production and Brandon Cook's veteran presence, there was a growing belief inside the organization that the offense lacked that vertical X-factor, the guy who can stretch the field and completely alter defensive coverages. That's where Christian Watson comes in. At 6'4" and running a 4.36 40-yard dash, Watson brings elite top-end speed and a massive catch radius. He can take the top off a defense, which not only helps Dak Prescott go vertical more often but also creates more space underneath for other playmakers to do their thing. And if you remember, Watson already burned the Cowboys once back in 2022, torching our defense with 3 touchdowns in a game that left a bad taste in the mouths of Cowboys fans everywhere. But that's all in the past now, because Christian Watson is on our side, folks. And the best part? This isn't just a rental. According to early contract details that have emerged, the Cowboys will have control over Watson through at least the 2025 season, with a potential extension already being discussed behind closed doors. Now, I know some fans are wondering, what did we give up to get him? And yeah, there's some big news there too. The trade package reportedly included CeeDee Lamb and a second-round pick in the 2025 draft. Yes, you heard that right, CeeDee Lamb is heading to Green Bay. That's going to be an emotional loss for a lot of fans, and understandably so. Lamb has been a fan favorite since he was drafted, he's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons, and he was unquestionably Doc's go-to target. But let's be real, there were ongoing contract negotiations that seemed to be heading toward a stalemate, with Lamb reportedly asking for top-of-the-market money, upwards of $30 million per year. The Cowboys, while willing to invest in their offense, didn't feel comfortable with that number given the cap situation and other positional needs. So instead of risking losing him in free agency or getting into a holdout situation, they made the bold decision to pivot and bring in a young, high-upside receiver in Watson who still has years of control and a much smaller cap hit. And this isn't just about money, it's about fit and offensive philosophy. Head coach Mike McCarthy, who of course coached in Green Bay for over a decade, is very familiar with the kind of player Watson is. This move aligns with his vision of a faster, more explosive offense that can create mismatches and capitalize on Doc's arm strength downfield. Speaking of Doc, how will this affect him? Well, if you've been following his offseason workouts, you already know he's been pushing himself hard to improve his timing, mobility, and deep ball accuracy. Adding a guy like Watson to the mix gives him exactly the kind of target that can elevate this offense to a new level. Think about it, Watson's ability to get separation quickly means fewer contested throws and more clean looks for Prescott. Plus, his speed forces defenses to respect the deep route, which opens up underneath routes for guys like Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, and even Tony Pollard out of the backfield. This trade doesn't just add talent, it shifts the entire defensive approach that opponents have to take when they face Dallas. And don't forget, we've also got rising young talent in the receiver room like Jalen Tolbert, who's been quietly developing and could be in line for more opportunities. With Watson in the WR1 role, Cooks stretching the defense horizontally, and Gallup working the intermediate routes, this Cowboys offense suddenly looks dynamic, unpredictable, and loaded with speed. But let's also talk about the flip side for a second, what this means for the Green Bay Packers. Acquiring CeeDee Lamb is a massive win for them. Jordan Love gets a reliable, elite receiver who can bail him out on broken plays and convert tough third downs. It's a sign that Green Bay is committed to building around their young quarterback, giving him the tools he needs to succeed in a competitive NFC North. It's a rare win-win situation in the NFL, both teams addressing needs and making moves that fit their organizational philosophy and timeline. The Packers get a proven player in his prime, and the Cowboys get a younger, faster, and potentially more explosive wideout with years of control and upside. Now let's shift gears and talk about the reaction. Social media is going absolutely wild right now. Cowboys Twitter is a mixture of shock, excitement, and yes, a little bit of sadness. Losing a guy like CeeDee is never easy, especially when he's been a leader on and off the field. But there's also an overwhelming sense of curiosity and anticipation. Fans want to see what this new-look offense will look like. Can Watson stay healthy? Can he live up to the potential that made him a second-round pick? How quickly can he build chemistry with Dak? These are all fair questions, but let me tell you, the early signs are promising. Watson has already landed in Dallas. He's posted a short video on Instagram wearing a Cowboys hat, and insiders say he'll be working out with Dak and other offensive starters as early as this weekend. That kind of commitment and immediate engagement is what you want to see from a player stepping into a big role. And folks, this move is not happening in a vacuum. The NFC is wide open right now. The Eagles are retooling, the 49ers are still stacked but dealing with cap issues, and the Lions, yes, the Lions are looking more legit than ever. The Cowboys are in win-now mode. The defense, led by Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, and a healthy Leighton Vander Esch, is already elite. Dan Quinn has these guys flying all over the field. The only question mark left was whether the offense could be explosive enough to compete in January, and now, with Christian Watson in the fold, that question may have just been answered. So where do we go from here? Well, training camp is going to be must-watch. All eyes will be on Watson, how he meshes with the team, and what kind of role he'll carve out for himself. Expect the Cowboys coaching staff to get creative, lining him up outside, using him in motion, and even putting him in the slot at times to exploit mismatches. This isn't just a plug-and-play addition, this is going to redefine the playbook. And it's not just about Watson, this move will have a ripple effect. Defenses will adjust, and so will the Cowboys' game plan. Expect more vertical plays, more play action, and more big plays down the field. Fans have been asking for it, and now it looks like we're going to get it. So Cowboys Nation, buckle up, this season is about to get wild. Christian Watson is in Dallas. The offense is reloading. The front office is making moves. And the message is clear: we're not waiting for the future. The future is now. And if you're as hyped as I am, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this blockbuster deal. Was trading CeeDee the right move? Can Watson be the game breaker we've been waiting for? Are the Cowboys now serious Super Bowl contenders? Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. This is just the beginning, folks. Stay tuned, because we'll be breaking down training camp footage, preseason matchups, and everything else you need to know as we head toward kickoff. Until next time, go Cowboys!